we proudly cast our 79 votes for President Donald J. Trump
and J.D. Vance.
The 2024 Republican presidential ticket is set. We'll take a closer look at former President Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance.
Storms this morning could linger through the day. We'll talk about how long they linger and a look at more storms possible tonight into tomorrow morning.
Decades after the predicted big one, area officials are preparing for a possible massive earthquake. The training happening right now to keep Missouri and Illinois connected, even in a disaster.
Right now, a popular Metro East park is not safe to visit. What we could learn today about the Alton sinkhole.
Overcrowding in shelters means savings on adoptions. The fees you won't have to pay if you bring home an APA pup this week.
You do not want to miss out on this deal. The new Paris-inspired flavors at Krispy Kreme and how you can get a free donut today.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, July the 16th. I'm Rennie Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. Great to see you. We want to say thanks for joining us, including those of you who might be catching us on 5+. Don't pause your TV or rewind it because you know what? We can't see the arch now. Rain has now moved over downtown St. Louis. So let's go over to Anthony Slaughter, who's keeping an eye on our weather impact for us. Good morning, Anthony.
So some of us have an impact this morning, some of us don't, but where it is raining, it's coming down pretty good. And there's so much lightning and thunder out there this morning, especially east of St. Louis. You see that for our Illinois side of the river. We have some flash flood warnings scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Montgomery County, just east of you in Litchfield on the Illinois side until 7:45. Also Fayette until 8 a.m. And then this one new here in the last half hour. This is for Marion County until 8:30. It's all because of the heavy rain that's been falling away from St. Louis Metro. And you see it is coming down pretty good now in Mount Vernon, Nashville, that 64 corridor, a lot of slow traffic, and even into Belleville, passing O'Fallon, Illinois. And then spotty showers for St. Louis Metro from Grafton, Alton, St. Charles, and then into the heart of the metro and downtown, as Michelle alluded to. Now we have rain in downtown St. Louis. The showers are not for everybody, though. Look at the Missouri side of the river. Almost everybody outside of St. Louis is dry, so a lot of the impact this morning is for the Illinois side of the river and from St. Louis Metro. So we are waking up with wet weather this morning and gray skies, but the showers should wrap up by about lunchtime in St. Louis. We'll have more storms fire up this evening, and we'll talk about the timeline of how much more rain is on the way. But grab the umbrella and, as we say on days like this, pack the patience. A day you may have to go slow. Let's talk to Paul and see how our roadways are faring. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. You said the word slow, and I don't think it's coming down near the airport anymore here, but it's wet, and I'm seeing speeds that are a little bit slower than what is normal. Not slow enough to trip off like our yellow color or our other colors that show you're really slow, but that's right where you just were looking, and you do have some construction on 70 near there, 70 near Mid-Rivers Mall, so you got that as well. There's kind of a Best Buy there if you wanted to locate it, but right now we're green. So we're going to keep a very close eye on it. Speeds are normal. You might want to pad your route just a little bit though because it is wet out there. Your next take of traffic is coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Paul. This morning we are expecting to learn more about the massive sinkhole that has become an even bigger concern for those living in Alton right now. Our Sydney Stallworth is joining us live from near that sinkhole. And Sydney, what are we expected to learn today? I know a lot of people are looking forward to hearing from the mayor.
Michelle, that's absolutely true, especially for Alton residents here. In less than 4 hours, we're going to be hearing from Alton Mayor David Goins and get an update on the cleanup efforts on this huge sinkhole behind me. I want you guys to take a live look this morning on what it looks like right now. You see just how massive it is from where we're standing, and I can tell you that caution tape is surrounding the area around the soccer fields here at Gordon Moore Park. This morning, crews are still working to learn more about how to make sure this does not happen again. I want to give you an idea of just how big of a problem this sinkhole is for crews. Right now, the mining company New Frontier Materials is drilling into the park access road near the sinkhole to learn more about what's in the soil underneath this park. Investigators say the collapse was a result of subsidence of an underground limestone mine owned by New Frontier Materials. Now, the city said New Frontier Materials and the Mine Health Safety Administration are making, quote, significant progress in this investigation. Take a look at this incredible video, guys. guys, this is the moment the sinkhole opened up here on the soccer fields at Gordon Moore Park. All caught on camera nearly 3 weeks ago at this point. Nobody was hurt, luckily. Now, Alton Mayor David Goins released this statement recently saying in part, quote, "I know the community has questions and concerns, and our goal is to provide answers as quickly as possible and address concerns in the same manner." And we're going to be hearing from Mayor Goins around 10 o'clock this morning. And of course, we'll bring you those updates as we get them on air and online. In the meantime, 5 on Your Side did catch up with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and asked him his thoughts on this investigation. In our next half hour, I'll have more on his response and how he thinks the federal government should step in to make sure this doesn't happen again. All of those details in our 6:30 hour. In Alton, I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on Your Side.
Thank you, Sydney. In just a few hours, the second day of emergency training will begin near the Mississippi River.
This week, local first responders are working with federal partners, also the National Guard, to put their response to the test.
Our Laura Parcheski got to see the action up close.
Earthquakes are just one of many types of disasters our first responders have to prepare for as both Missouri and Illinois sit along the New Madrid Fault.
Certainly the makeup of our city and the metropolitan area as a whole does present us with a lot of opportunities for damage, the need for assessment. We're known for our brick structures. Bricks and earthquakes are not a great match.
The U.S. Army National Guard Task Force 46 worked alongside St. Louis Fire, police, and other emergency personnel to respond to lifelike scenarios using mannequins and fake high-rise rescues and even vehicle pileups.
The cars are piled up in order to give the urban search and rescue team a chance and opportunity to improve upon their skill set in cutting into cars and extracting patients from vehicles.
They also had about 40 volunteers from the community in makeup with different types of fake injuries to go through a triage scenario.
So looking at the different types of injuries, being able to sort them or triage them into if they required urgent medical needs and then where they would go from there.
And mock chemical decontamination tents were set up so that first responders could practice running through it themselves and working with civilian actors.
For this specific scenario, there was a rail car or a series of rail cars that were damaged because of the earthquake, and they released vinyl chloride or some nasty chemicals into the area.
St. Louis Emergency Management Commissioner Sarah Russell says doing this kind of training prepares them to keep St. Louisans safe.
We get to practice locally and even with some of our state partners on a regular basis, but it's less frequent that we're able to partner and exercise and train alongside of our federal partners.
Laura Barcheski, 5 on Your Side.
Now, today they'll be working downtown again near Busch Stadium. They'll also be working on the Mississippi River in St. Charles to put together a temporary bridge. So if you see mannequins, Army vehicles, and other activity on the river, don't panic. It's all a part of the drill. Right now, we're taking a live look inside Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee as Republicans gear up for day 2 of their national convention. After the break, we'll take a closer look at former President Trump's 2024 running mate, J.D. Vance.
And if you're headed out right now, grab the umbrella. Some slow roads for you, especially in St. Louis eastward, but a lot of dry time, especially once we get past the afternoon. Evening storms, fire, and 2 tonight. We'll be back to talk about that.
And it's Amazon.